sorry about the delay there, guys. I know the timer ran out, but production just wasn't ready.
DM's the worst. What really happened was his princess over here was stuffing his face. Anyways, guys, this is the deep breath before the plunge. Game number 3, Cloud9 versus AFK Gaming. The winner of this will make the spring final. The loser will watch the other people go on to play at LAN and really just redo everything over the next month. It is absolutely crazy, but we're going to take a look at a matchup here. This is going to be Weekend versus Andinster, the jungle head-to-head.
You know, Kiki and Stealth, right? That was like the big thing. Hasn't really been a big thing. It's been Cyclone, it's been Omega, and it's been these two.
You think so? I think it's more Bara and Allied than it is these two junglers.
Bara has been doing very well.
Weekend's kind of just been coasting by so far. The Thanatos game, he played okay. That last game, he just got way behind based on the Gold Fury.
For me, he didn't play Thanatos. He played Hunbots. He was just ulting for CC and doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, throwing out a hit or two and running away. Yeah. Right? He didn't invade, didn't use the heavy hammer strats, wasn't trying to like rush people down.
Exactly.
A little weird. Yep. He's got to switch something. Something's got to change. There's too much ganking, not enough farming. Yeah.
Well, without further ado, guys, it is time. Picks and bans between Cloud9 and AFK. If you haven't told your friends about it yet, get on your social media, tweet this thing out. This is going to be one hell of an epic conclusion. We hope. I mean, regardless, we'll at least have a winner. So even if it's a blowout, it's still really cool, right?
Sylvanas getting taken away here. I didn't really feel that he was that controlling in the last game, even especially with Allied winning the lane the way that he did with the counter matchup.
Well, that's because Cloud9 banned it. And
I see. My fault.
Yeah. So
jungler shots, though.
Yeah, no surprise here. Hunbats and Serket get taken out completely. Cloud9's option, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Isis, but Bacchus as well is very, very strong and lethal. You don't want Cyclone Spin having this god. This, to me, tells me that AFK will be picking up Isis in the mid lane again. Kiki was very, very confident with this god, but the first pick will be Athena.
A pretty standard pick here. Now, this does have some jungle and solo push, but honestly, it's just most likely going directly into the hands of Incon.
Yeah, he loves, as soon as Season 2 came out, he started playing Athena, and he goes, oh yeah, by far best support in Season 2. Option over, no shocker, Thor gets picked up for Cloud9, Andinster.
Third game in a row.
When you play a game like that, you should probably pick that same god, right?
You know what's the worst, though? When you're like 14 kills ahead, and you're like, unstoppable, and then you have to start over at level 1 and you do no damage again.
And you just suck.
You're just like, oh man, and I used to be able to kill people with this move.
Ooh. Bacchus gets picked up as well.
All right.
That's going right to Jeff the Sex Hinla.
This is how Jeff made his name. Now, I know a lot of you see him on Sylvanas and Geb and all your big, top tier characters. Jeff Hinla made his name with Bacchus, his ability to steal Gold Furies, his ability to influence team fights. And in fact, it's going to be very hard for Xbalanque to land auto attacks under the influence.
I'm mildly shocked that we didn't see a Vulcan or a Freya come out of Allied in this Game 3. When Game 3, when the pressure's on the line, you normally see the comfort picks.
Right.
Athena, definitely a comfort pick. Isis is. Xbalanque, yeah, Allied's great with Xbalanque, don't get me wrong.
I think it was more
But it's not the people's Vulcan.
They don't want to give Xbalanque Bacchus, right, for the guaranteed stun.
That's a very
really annoying.
Point.
Now remember, guys, Bacchus's ult forces you to move. You cannot back unless you have a move that forces you to stay stationary, like Ra's Searing Pain or Neith's World Weaver. You will be waving. Yeah. So with that, Xbalanque, his ult dictates that if you're moving and not standing still, you're going to get stunned. Yep. So that combo is very important. They take it away. Neith gets picked up. This could be the 4 protect 1 strategy.
Yep. Geb gets taken out here from Cloud9, option over to AFK.
Smart.
I mean, do you get rid of... Who do you take a shot at? Do you take a shot at Omega? Do you take a shot at Stealth? Probably Stealth. And they're actually going to get rid of Sobek.
All right.
And that's partly because Sobek, they know that Cloud9 plays against TSM. So Omega definitely has a Sobek.
For me, they're looking for the 4 protect 1 strategy. They're looking for a hyper carry mage, and they're trying to get as much online as possible in terms of peel and control. And with that, Sobek offers a lot. Tail Whip, very, very strong in terms of CC. They have, charge prey for the fling. And yeah, there's the Zeus. They're looking for the final counter pick. Cloud9's going to be able to make sure that they have counter pick solo potential, or at least even solo potential. With that, Bellona's still on the table, and I'm going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, Bellona could be the option here. AFK Cyclone Spin, I'm assuming he has a Bellona. There's no way he doesn't.
Thanatos.
In game 3? Oh my god, I'm going to have a panic attack.
Thanatos gets locked in. Realistically, Weekend doesn't have to make many changes with the god.
Yeah, he
does. The way he
does.
played the endgame was incredible.
That's
it was
the
perfect.
He should have never gotten to the endgame.
The only thing that he needs to do is be more aggressive early.
Oh, my sweet mother.
There
Well,
she
if you want to know how you get more aggressive early, Bellona's Scourge at level 1 is better than Death Sight.
Wait. Do they have Thanatos and Bellona on the same team? If they don't invade, I'm just quitting Smite.
Yeah, no, I'm done. 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, 2 hours. I'm out.
Final pick here. I would be very hard-pressed to see anyone but Vamana get locked in here.
Vamana might get picked up. I would. I
Hercules as well. Hercules, okay, there's Vamana.
Yeah, I was getting ready. I wouldn't mind to see Osiris. I like Osiris.
Honestly, this would have been a really good place to pick a mage. They're going to lose their jungle anyway. Might as well just pick into a mage that'll help the team carry. Connecting an Aphrodite to a Thor would have been very, very strong, but Omega goes with the comfort pick. He knows that there's a lot on the line here, and with 4 extremely CC-heavy characters and Zeus, they're looking to make sure that they get the big damage off.
This game is very easy to tell. These stories are simple. AFK, this invade has to happen. Bellona, Heavy Hammer, beautiful. Death's Toll again coming out on Thanatos, which means he won't be splitting the camps, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to have this early damage. They have to get this early kill just to start the momentum. If they do it, I have full confidence that AFK will win. But if they don't, I say Cloud9 takes it.
They need to just be in the jungle. Even if they don't find anything now, there must be Bellona and Thanatos presence on the right side jungle, guaranteed. If they walk away from it or they don't go for the invade, they will have wasted these picks. Bellona is the strongest level 1 character in the game by like probably 2 tiers. Thanatos is then the second strongest level 1 character in the game. After that, I would assume is something like Hell, Hercules, and
Thor.
Zeus.
Thor.
Thor's decent.
Warrior's Madness.
Hell has 2 abilities. Zeus's Chain Lightning destroys absolutely everyone, and Hercules has Driving Strike, which is just nonsense.
So, Weekend drops the ward over. We're not going to see...
No, they have to go in.
Yeah, they're going. The Heavy Hammer. We can drop the ward over.
They're gesturing.
Yep. Here
they're
it comes.
Spending a lot of... They're not going to go.
They might go. So Zeus is going to... It looks like Stealth is actually rotating over.
Stealth's like, wait a second. I'm not going to let you guys die.
Or all 3 of them will die.
Yeah, honestly, I still give this advantage to Weekend and Cyclone, but they're just going to go for the blue. Hand of the Gods has been
Are
used.
they going for the blue?
They're not getting anything.
Oh my god, they second-guessed themselves.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
No. No, it's a fake-out.
But how much are they get? I mean, if they hit level 2 here, no, they got it. Okay, so they have an opportunity. They got to look to Thor here, but there's no slow potential. Cyclone got knocked up in the wrong direction, and with that, Hand of the Gods will be wasted. Smart play there on the blue, but they've got to do something here. I mean, so far the Bellona pick has not been very useful.
Whew.
Oh, Bellona went into shields.
Wow.
He tried to go for the chase down for the double slow activation, which means he doesn't have the extended range. Weekend going to leave the lane early. I'm very surprised to see him not just immediately go to the backhands, but they're just trying to gank this out.
Well, this is going to be...
Level 2 coming out for Omega here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
Look at this. Weekend starting to encroach up. They're not going to expect it. He's in the
And
middle of
he's
the
in a lot of
creep.
trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. This is going to be a death sight right to the face. He's going to get knocked up.
Omega-
Weekend, you got to dunk it. Oh, he's off the
Omega
market.
is actually a god.
Yeah.
Omega's clear the path just sent Weekend so far in the wrong direction that he was unable to make sure that he had the ability to hit that death sight. He throws out the Hail Mary, doesn't find it. Left side, Allied pushed underneath the tower. Low health, not the lowest health. I love the reach, though. Really smart.
Weekend still camping this lane. Anninster has yet to leave. Clear the path. It's going to do just what it's supposed to do and knock him up.
Where was the silence? Had Weekend hit the silence there, Cyclone Spin could have locked him down.
Well, look at this. They actually let Anninster go. And so, see, he doesn't have Bumbos. Now, Anninster does. So it's benefiting him a lot. Even though he's only level 2, he's still going to be okay when he gets to splitting camps. Blue buff will go to Bellona. Obviously, she'll get a refresher there, and Thanatos will be able to clean up that speed buff. Taking a look at this duo lane, Incon and Allied together. They'll be taking on Jeff Hinla and Barracuda. Allied.
Oh, wait. Bottom side. Bottom side, Annenster, yeah, no, he's going to get chased out. But again,
No.
we can only level 3 with a...
He's got to get in lane, man.
This time. Wait, he's not going to go for the speed buff. Okay, so what he's going to look for here, he's going to go for the double camp split if possible. Great wave clear between the Thanatos Soul Reap and then, of course, the ever-present Wing Gust in the mid lane. Yeah. They'll go right down to the bottom right side. There is camp steal potential here, but Andy and Stealth are going to play this one safely, clear it up, and probably go for the back camp.
Well, what's big here is that Kiki is level 5. Keep in mind, guys, 3 minutes will spawn the first set of Harpies that reward you the most experience besides the Gold Fury and the Fire Giant. I know, right?
It doesn't feel like it's been 3 minutes.
It does, actually.
All right, you.
Silence is going to come out. Incon's going to be able to take the left camps. Right camps are actually going to go as well to AFK. At 3:05, AFK has a very tiny advantage, and it's on the experience side of things. They're looking to further that.
Cyclone needed to get out of there faster. He stayed way too long. He's going to wind up losing 4 creeps where he only really should have lost 2. And with that, going to be in a lot of trouble. 4 to gold. Okay. And actually, wow, 5 to gold.
5.
That's all 6. But he does get 3 in experience. He does have a small advantage as well, as he will hit into level 6 here. Omega runs back to lane. Back camp stolen by Weekend, going real deep into the gray there, making sure he can...
Are they going to look for this? Annenster's weak. Weekend's peak.
This is Weekend's weakness. In this, he's always trying to kill people. It's time to farm.
Yeah.
We need to get Weekend to stop playing Smite for like 2 days and just get him to play WoW. Just like, this is how you level.
Hey, man, you see those pigs? I want you to kill those pigs for 4 hours. All right? Don't even think about going on a raid.
But, I mean, seriously, it's every game he winds up being behind.
Oh, I love this,
because he's not farming.
I love this, though. They're right. The grouping comes right around. They're going to turn on Omega. Scythe is going to miss. They're not going to kill him, but they want to just kind of whittle him down as Annenster's still level 4. Tectonic Rift kind of just grazes Kiki.
What is happening?
I don't know. In comes Neith. Incon's going to take that one because he's the man. In comes Jeff the Sex. Weekend hovering down. He's on Stealth. Stealth's going to get silenced, but it's a little too late here as now he's still fighting. Weekend wants the kill. He's waiting on it. Needs the audio attack, and now in comes Bellona. There's one. Looking for a second one here. It will be Annenster. He goes through the wall. Omega is in a AFK sandwich right now, DM.
He's trying to get it. Kiki should fall here, and yes, Omega's going to find that one. It's still going, though. Jeff very low. Cyclone trying to go for it. He will find a second kill for his team. Weekend needs to avoid all damage. One more second. This side will hit, and we'll find a heal, but it's going to be a double for Cyclone. It's going to be a double for Omega, and they're not done yet. Omega's trying to rush out here, but this is going to give Cyclone an opportunity to go for the blue, and Omega knows it.
Yeah, Omega's going to have to turn around here. He's very, very low.
He's guaranteed to steal this, but if he goes in for it, he's going to be in some trouble. He knew he wanted to fight. He doesn't have enough mana for clear the path. He's going to need...
He's dead, man. That's not good. Wow. Look at that. He just caught that mace right to the face.
Excuse... I hate everything. Production's laughing. I heard that.
I didn't mean to. I swear to God, I didn't mean to. It's what he hit, man. I'm sorry.
Speaking of sorry, I'm assuming Cloud9 is as well because they just gave Bellona 4 kills.
There's one person who's got 4 kills. Enough. His name.
There comes the Warrior Tabby and the short bow. That's going to be taken into Iqbal immediately after. With that, Incon going for the ult there onto Weekend. Slow's going to activate. Silence is going to activate. There goes the Intoxicate as well, but they won't find anything out of that. A little bit late on the taunt there. No follow-up from Allied. Not too much gain there. In fact, 2 ultimates used for just 1.
AFK, you know, Allied told me, he said, we found a way to be aggressive early. I didn't know that meant picking Thanatos and going in every single time.
I like Thanatos.
No, I'm just saying, like, when he told me, I wasn't like, oh, yeah. Oh, so you guys are playing Thanatos? Spirit Ball comes out. Oh, this is a lot of follow-up. Kiki could be in trouble here. He's still in the circle of protection. He already popped it as well. And it's forced to ultimate out. Jeff Hindler comes in with the Belch. Weekend on the backside. He's looking for it. He's waiting on the scythe. He doesn't have it. And now here is Omega.
Spirit Ball not going to do anything. Weekend will fall as Omega takes up one more time. Cyclone's trying to go for it. Oh, Victor trying for it. He's going to hit the Scourge, but no follow-up guaranteed. And he will be forced back.
That was amazing Tectonic Rift from Annenster.
It was perfect.
You can't ask for anything better.
See, that's the difference right now between Gars and Andy. Is Gars would have found a kill there somehow with the Tectonic Rift, whereas Andy's like, I will save my teammate, and sure, Cyclone doesn't get any bigger.
Yep. Cyclone now going back into the lane. Wind-up happens here. He's got Heavy Hammer. He's got Boots finished. And now he's going to have Ichval soon. And at that point, across the way here, you see Vamana. He's 2-1-1, so he's not all that far behind. He's only down 400 gold.
Incon cleaning up once again, getting awards. So Vision once again belongs to AFK at the Gold Fury. 8-minute mark, not really a big difference here, only about 800 gold, but 1,700 experience. Most notably, it seems, Cyclone Spin, level 10 to level 9, Weaken, level 8 to level 7. Mid laners tied, Incon a small advantage, and it looks like Allied and Barracuda are basically dead even.
Incon now is just staying in the mid lane. He's going to try to clear this up. He's got the ward coverage down. He sees Annenser. He knows. The taunt comes out as well. Whether it'll be a follow-up here. Spirit Ball will hit. Wind Gust is going to be there as well. Annenser's going to get taken down. Kiki, he's found his home with Isis, man. He's found it.
I can almost hear Stealth in my head going, sorry, man, I can't do anything about that. I'm Zeus. It's just, you gotta die. Really, the major story there was the taunt comes out. The Spirit Ball, though, was the big thing.
Yeah.
The Spirit Ball hit right as he cast Mjolnir's attunement, so he couldn't teleport. And I mean, even if he tried to ult, he wasn't getting to the sky in time.
Look at this. They know the speed buff's coming up here. Comes up dynamically every 4 minutes. Weaken's able to clean this one up. Rotating out as well. And behind them is going to be it.
Omega goes
Colossal
up.
Fury.
He's not going to gain anything out of that. Doesn't have a sprint, which means he's just going to have an ultimate on cooldown. Cyclone Spin, of course, still has Eagle's Rally, but he's going to choose to go back. Ichval's done.
Let's go ahead and see what happens from here on out. We haven't looked at the duo lane yet. All it has been is Barracuda versus Allied, and right now, here's a perfect boxing match. As Allied will get out of there. He has no mana, so he doesn't really want to fight this. All things considered here, he's only down about 200 gold versus Barracuda, which is a lot better than the first game when he was down like 800.
He's also down about 19 stacks, or 20 stacks. Nope, 19. There it was. He got the last one.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the big deal. There is a small damage difference right now. Maybe not huge. It's only about like 10 or so, but there is a difference, and it can be notable.
Weaken barely missing that sight. They're going to be able to lock down the left Harpies. Incon charging it up. Cyclone Spin has not rotated, and Weaken, he's looking for the left side. He really needs help to get Allied online. The quicker they get Allied going, the better off it's going to be for this team.
You know what? We haven't gotten to the stage of the game where Cloud9 is the most strong. And,
yeah.
You know, that's when Thanatos starts to fall off a little bit, when they're looking for the big space control that Zeus is going to bring to the table in their Gold Fury. I mean, Cloud9, small disadvantage, fine. About 1,000 gold, but they're not by any stretch of the imagination out of this game.
Yep. Taunt comes down as well. Jeff Hinlock's going to get caught out here.
Beautiful. Silence stops the belly flop in the pre-jump frames. Nice job.
Meanwhile, right side, Bellona shoved all the way up. Has full control over this lane. She has no worry at all. Weaken now lingering around here. He's going to try to catch someone here. Oh, he barely missed that one.
Double silence,
Jeff
and they're going to go directly for MLC Stealth. Weaken might have a chance here. He hasn't taken Allied, finds MLC Stealth cleanly as the ult goes off, but Omega is starting to work his way over. Incon has found himself in a very unfavorable position.
Well, Kiki's going to be able to take out Annenser on the back.
What is Incon doing?
Annenser ended up coming there, and Kiki's going to finally get taken out by Omega. And look at this. Here comes Cyclone Spin. This is right up his alley. Will he be able to win this duel? He's got the hammer. The hammer takes out one. Looking for it. He doesn't want to fight it. He might turn around and charge.
2 seconds. There it is, silenced, and no, he's not going to go for it. He's just going to try to bail out.
He just ran into the wall, though.
Yeah, no. Kiki and Incon go down.
Oh, look at this.
Allied's here. Unravel misses, but Omega's here as well. This could get very dangerous.
Yeah. Allied has to just...
I still don't understand.
Look at him. He's going to go back in. In comes Incon as well. He cuts the gas pedal, and that's going to be Allied cleaning that up. This game is going so well right now for AFK.
But this is where they lost it last time. They tried to go for a Gold Fury they didn't have 100% control over, and Omega is sitting, waiting in the wings. He doesn't have his ultimate, but he has a lot of damage.
They stole it.
They took it. AFK still got it. Omega laid the smackdown a little bit, but doesn't get any kills. AFK Gaming now with the first real lead of the game as you check the charts on the bottom. 2,900 gold, 4,200 experience. They got to keep it going because Cloud9 definitely not giving up yet.
So, let's talk a little bit about Bellona since I haven't casted with you since Bellona has been around. Cyclone's actually leveling up to 2, a.k.a. the Hammer second after Scourge.
Yeah.
Is that traditional?
It depends. Lately, it seems like leveling the Scourge to 3 and then maxing the Hammer out seems to be the way to go. Of course, always getting Eagle's Rally when you have the opportunity. For some reason, the 75-second cooldown goes lower and lower as you level it down to a minute, or 55 seconds, which is fine. So, yeah, I mean, he has a lot of damage. Despite the fact that Shield is likely her most useful of her abilities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Increasing the damage doesn't really affect anything. It's all about making sure you get the stacks up, and you don't really need a damage gain for that.
Woo. Look at him, just get on
That's what you want to see from a Bellona player. Stance dancing. He walks in, slow activation, but we're going to check in the team fight here.
This is big.
Really just going deep here. He's taken to the sky. Andy to the sky as well. No one's low enough to be taken down. Weekend's looking for an option. He's going to escape. So will Andy.
Yep. Andy's able to make it to the Tier 1 tower. Allied's going to poke out Jeff Hinla. Branching Bola is doing a bunch right on the outside of it.
As much as it negates each other, the dynamic by having both the junglers be able to take to the sky and float around for a bit is just so interesting to me. Because
because it turns into like a fighter pilot.
Right. It turns into a dogfight. Like, who is going to try to attack first?
Yeah.
Because Andy's like, if you go down, I'm coming down right on top of you.
We should have all the gods float in the sky.
Okay, well, now you're just being mean.
Mid lane here, we are still seeing AFK start to push up. The taunt comes down. They got 2. Will they be able to get the kill? There comes the Zeus ultimate as well. Jeff Hinla has the stun. What a beautiful silence. The Wind Gust comes out as well. It's no way. He's alive.
Allied might have this one.
Don't do it. You're crazy. What are you doing?
Nate.
Let it happen to Cyclone. Just let Cyclone do it. Or Weekend can do it as well. There's a double kill. Or a single.
All right, so they get 3 for 2 there. Not a great trade. It feels like they definitely overextended.
Oh, yeah.
But the way that Kiki managed to stay alive for as long as they did and set that up, absolutely gorgeous. They're diving for it, though. Omega, not a lot of mana in the stable here. Silenced out, or at least disarmed out, excuse me.
Yep. And now they're going to get out of here.
Yeah,
they saw Barracuda walk over a ward, and then they go, well, I guess it's time we could probably farm up. All things told here, Weekend 2 levels ahead of the Thor. He hasn't gone back to buy yet, though, and that's why he only has Tier 2 of Jotuns. Coming up next will be the Jotuns, and then he has some options from there. He can go the defensive route. I hope he just goes pure damage.
So let's take a look, right? The cloak's there. It could be Magi's, right, considering he hasn't gone into beads yet. It could be Spirit Robe, right, if he wants a little bit of protection. It could be Urshin. How many kills they've been getting? Okay, it's Spirit Robe. All right, thank you, Cyclone. Thank you for telling us.
Yeah. Spirit Robe just gets bought out right away.
Cooldown reduction's important. 15% can be a pretty big deal.
How do you like to build Bellona? Let me ask you that.
Before the nerfs, it was all attack speed. Now, she seems a little bit more dynamic. You can go a little bit more bruisery and try to be a stance dancer, although it's basically just endgame, stay in the shield, be as tanky as possible, absorb hits.
Yeah.
What I really love about the Spirit Robe is really not the cooldown reduction, which is why a lot of people love it, but the passive in this situation. Remember, 15% damage mitigation for 3 seconds whenever you're hit by a hard crowd control effect. Things like, other disarms if they were in the game, stuns, taunts, silences. And in this stance, since he's already blocking auto attacks with his shield, he's shutting down the damage from Barracuda. This is going to help him shut down a lot more damage from stealth.
The one thing that's really sticking out to me is how fast Allied has been rotating in this game number 3. So many times we see Allied just be 5 years later to the party. And that has not been the case in this game 3.
It seems like Barracuda's relying very heavily on the World Weaver, that global ultimate from Neith, as opposed to Allied, who's like, I'll push my wave and rotate and see if we can get some kills. The issue here is that he's leaving lane a little bit early sometimes. He's not getting maximum farm potential like Barracuda is, and he could start falling behind. Now, he is very close to 16, but Barra's also close to 15, so realistically, there's a 1-level difference. Yeah, not a huge deal.
Yeah, he also has about 500 gold on top of him as well. Andinsur is going to hit the Tectonic Rift. Neith ultimate coming in as well. We do have the ultimate coming in from Incon. Incon's now going to be in the mix of all of it. And now he will just live to see another day as Kiki will be cleaned up.
That was 2 ultimates? That's it? I really expected that to be like a 4 or 5 ultimate usage, when in fact it was the other side. They tried to dive, they went for big swings, and they got nothing. And now, perfect kill on Kiki is going to line up a Gold Fury for the World Champions. This will shrink the gold lead a lot, and realistically, Incon doesn't have a way in there. He will suicide if he goes for this.
Well, speaking of suicide, he goes right in, just as you said, and they actually changed their priorities. They're buying enough time for Cyclone to come in. Answers in the sky. He's on Allied. Beats have been forced. Cyclone spin has come in. Here comes the Eagle Rally. He's on one. Will he be able to find the damage? He goes straight forward. In comes Weekend as well. Swinging inside the round. There's going to be a double kill. Still pushing forward here. They do have it. They have the Gold Fury now.
Andenster is absolutely unbelievably incredible. No, the Gold Fury was taken, though. Cloud9 did manage to finish that up, but Andy had like the best wall I think I've ever seen. He just blocked 3 people rushing.
They killed the Gold Fury?
They did kill the Gold Fury. They did it right before the engagement, and right as Cyclone got in there, he actually helped bring it into the threshold. But they'll get a tier 1, they'll get 2 kills, they traded out Incon, they lost Kiki as well. I don't see them getting much more, not a huge loss, in fact it's an experience gain, but the gold's still going to suffer a little bit. Weekend, speaking of suffering, not in a great spot here.
Yeah, Weekend now is taking a double tap, in comes Incon to help bail him out of the situation, mitigate some damage. They're on the speed buff, Omega's watching it get taken. And now Omega's going to hit to clear the path. Oh, Weekend's dead. He's in a lot of trouble here. Cyclone actually tanked that for him, and now Omega's going to continue to chase. Colossal Fury is going to be activated. Thor is in the sky. He's on Weekend. Weekend's going to be taken out. They can't fight this. They got to get out of here. Stealth now is on Cyclone spin. This is going to be Fire Giant. Exactly.
Oh man, this is a lot of trouble. You know, Weekend got too low to be able to use 2 abilities. Remember, there is a health cost. If he ulted there, he wouldn't have been able to Death Scythe. He really was trying to dodge Andy's ult and hit the Death Scythe. He dodged Andy's ult, but he did not hit the Death Scythe, putting him at kill percent, and then he goes down to 1 auto attack. MLC Stealth going to get a 3-hit detonate onto Allied, and that's going to be a huge swing in health. You're going to see him well below half at this point, which is going to give better opportunity. Cyclone rotating over to left side is going to look to make mincemeat of Barracuda here, but he doesn't go for it.
Yeah, that was a really good play out of Cyclone Spin. Now, Allied rotated all the way over for that fight, which then meant Barracuda gets a free farm and also probably gets a free tier 1. But Cyclone Spin, knowing that, goes, I can pick this up. I'll pick up the slack. Yeah. And you can see that attack chain when you're in Hammer, when you have Icavol, you don't even notice it.
It immediately just stacks up.
Yeah.
Immediately. Now it looks like he is going to go for a more defensive route here. Weekend taken to the sky, though. Stealth in a lot of trouble. He just took everything. Kitchen sink and all. 3rd stack for Allied as he finds himself on a killing spree.
Weekend now still moving as he takes into his final form as this Thanatos skin. And now there's going to be 3 members clearing out Gandhi. The red buff. What?
It's always hard being a caster and, you know, being a spectator because you can see everything they can.
Yeah.
That was a free Fire Giant. There was no contest there. Omega didn't have his ultimate up. It just came up now. They had no wards on it. Jeff was on the wrong side of the map. Granted, they can't know that, right? Yeah. They can't know that.
Oh, look at this. Barracuda in a lot of trouble. Allied finally pushing up.
Rest in peace, my friend. I knew you well. 4th stack for Allied.
Allied now, they're going to take this tier 1 tower. The rotation comes out of Cloud9. They're pushing over there. Weekend's here. This is right in their wheelhouse, man. This is what they needed. You know, 6-0-6 Bellona, 3-3-6 Thanatos. They need to have this kind of a lead at 20 minutes. This is what they didn't have in Game 1.
I don't want to get excited for the underdogs yet. They have been in this position so many times against this team.
I know.
AFK always, you know, finds a way just to let one thing just slip through the cracks.
North American Regionals.
And it just turns into an earthquake. Yep. And that's just because Barra, Jeff, Omega, Andy, Stealth, they don't let you make mistakes and get away with it. If you miss something, you will pay for it. And so far, it's been up to AFK to not miss anything. And that's pretty much what it's been. Every time they've won an engagement, it's because they've hit every single thing, or they've baited long enough for Cyclone to get in there with the big Eagles rally stun or the giant disarm. Can they keep it going, though? Do they have the momentum? And are we getting to the point where Thor is not going to be as relevant as he was? The Death Scythe's not going to be doing 40% of someone's health anymore.
Well, in comes Weekend, looking right at Stealth. Scythe is going to miss. Allied's going to catch a double tap right to the face. That's not at all what he was expecting to have happen.
We can maybe get a kill here. I just took 20% of my health.
Yeah, he's not happy about that one. Cyclone's been pushing his wave, making sure a couple will die.
Did you see that?
They're baiting.
On the bottom side, Allied comes over. Weekend allows him to attack.
Oh my God! Look at this Eagle Rally right in the middle. That's going to be 2 down already for Cloud9. Allied still pushing forward. Look at this. He hit the gas pedal. In comes Weekend. That's going to be another one. And now they're still looking at Omega. This is Gold. This is Gold Fury. This is Fire Giant.
They should have. I saw a tier 2 there at least. But look at this. I love the way that Cyclone Spin's going to keep an eye on Omega, and he's going to rush it down. Hammer for damage. He makes sure he keeps himself in Scourge range. There it goes. Yeah, pushing it right in. Fire Giant's going to be free. AFK's looking real strong here.
I hate to jinx him here, but they are definitely in the driver's seat. They're up 6,000 gold. Look at this. Cyclone Spin might have the insert as well. Will he have the damage to take him out? No. That attack chain's fast, but it ain't. it ain't that fast.
And not with that build, at least. Now, he has gone into Heart Ward Amulet. 300 health, 60 protection, and then, of course, giving an MP5
Aura.
And physical protection aura, which is very important because the Sovereignty is already across the way. This will let Incon build into something else. Most notably, I would assume in this tree, they don't really need Pestilence, so it's just going to be Bulwark.
You think so?
Yeah, it has to be. Also, I love the fact that they just gave Allied the speed buff.
Yeah. So here we go. Tier 2 right side is going to be taken. Incon's going back, mainly because he can port back in, but it looks like the entire call is going to be, all right, guys, go back, buy what you can. Look at these charts. Experience difference, 15,000 in favor of AFK. I haven't seen Cloud9 this far behind, I don't think, ever.
There was actually one point in time where Allied's team, Snipe, was this far ahead against the Cloud9 roster, except they used to have Dare to Care instead of Jeff, and they dropped it.
Okay.
It was considered before
hold that.
Oh, wait.
Ultimate comes out. Jeff Hinla might be taken out.
Jeff
Hinla finally going to be taken down here. Weekend pushing up. Allied's unstoppable at 7 times. Barracuda gets taken out. There's a double. And now he doesn't get the poison darts on. Allied now will be able to take out this purple buff. All eyes are directly on this tier 2. They're going to just shred through this Cyclone Spin, making sure to zone out.
All eyes for me, Omega. Can we get into just third-person mode real quick with Omega? This is the only chance here. They got big baby form, and they've got to run it. If they can't find anything here with this Fire Giant buff, Eagles rally right to the front. They're throwing down the circle of protection. They're guaranteeing themselves a Phoenix, and Omega can't even find a way in.
Yep. They're
shutting down Vamana.
He can't do anything about it. Moving into the mid lane is going to be AFK, as we will now see them push. Annonser trying to get some sort of farm. He has to be very safe here.
Why are they backing
and
out?
And very calculated. It looks like the call is to back.
Yeah, well, you know what? To be fair, all of the ultimates have been used. Gold Fury's still on the table. There are no tier 2s left. They're going to maximize their efficiency in gold. This is really, really big.
This is really scary, is what it is. This is guaranteed to be a rage for Allied.
Allied has 3,300 gold in hand. Just buy the damn Deathbringer.
Yeah? Pulling up like that? Executioner will most likely be online for Bellona as well.
Or Rage and Beats 3 would be really strong, I guess. Nope, Deathbringer, my man.
This was probably the best feeling in the world for Weekend. Weekend comes into the scene a little bit late. He has Annonser just putting this huge cloud over him, and to watch Annonser just retreat in lane in a game 3 was probably the most satisfying feeling in the world for that kid.
Well, it's not over yet. Remember, guys, Cloud9 has been 2 Phoenixes down. Just like we saw Cloud9 and Titan, they were 2 Phoenixes down. The Titan was at 10% health, and Dare to Care and Barracuda made the play. Now, if history tells us anything, is that Jeff Hinlow, the world champion, has a little bit better chemistry than Barracuda here, so it's not like they don't have comeback potential.
Exactly.
Although Wyatt Weekend is very much alone here. This is...
Oh, yeah, please don't throw.
My body just went numb watching him go into 3 people.
Well, that's probably just because you've been sitting for 7 hours here. Incon hits the taunt on it. Barracuda, they're all on him. Circle of protection as well. They're going all the way in. Big baby forms up. Kiki's forced all the way out. Allied's on him. And look at this. Now we're just going to see. There's another taunt. This is perfect. They have to focus someone, but there's no focus. And Weekend's probably going to get taken out here in just a second. Down he goes. Cloud9's looking to hold. The crit's coming out for Allied. Allied dodging the tectonic rift. Spirit Ball's going to hit. Will they turn around? They won't.
Both
and they
Omega
have to retreat.
And Stealth somehow got out of their individual fights with less than 100 health apiece. Omega utilizing, of course, to clear the path. We had a combat blink come out, but Stealth's not going to have that one up for 3 minutes. Fire Giant, however, coming up in 52 seconds.
How in the hell is Cloud9 so good?
They should not have been able to hold that.
They should not have been able to hold that.
I think that was a little bit of hand-holding nonsense. They stood too long in MLC Stealth's ult. They took too much damage from it. The Circle of Protection did wonders there, but I think what it came down to is that the Spirit Robe didn't get activated, so they didn't have that push. The Shell, though, Incon really kept them alive there.
Well,
Kiki cannot be on this side of the map.
whew, look at Cyclone swings, man. His attack chain's nuts with chin size. And he has sprint 3. He's going to be very, very hard to peel off of him.
The only issue with this build is there's no penetration, right?
Yeah.
So the chin size are going to suffer. Now, the question is, does he sell the heavy hammer for Titans, or does he finish the Frostbound? Frostbound is an incredible item in Season 2.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people aren't buying it, though.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's an insanely long slow. It's extra damage, extra health, plus it's attack speed slow. And against Barracuda, who's built...
Here we go.
This is free. This is free. They
This
have
is
no
free.
chance.
Thor, a.k.a. Annenster's all the way on the
Where
duo
is
lane
Weekend
side.
going? Oh, hey, Weekend's looking around like, you guys trying to steal our Gold Fury?
Weekend hovers over, and now Thor will be able to shove this continuously. And now you can see the thought process here. The problem is, and this is actually so smart from Annenster because their Phoenix is getting ready to come back up.
Yeah, push it out, yeah, but he has to back, and he knows that.
Yeah.
He pushed it out very far. They don't have to worry about the defense on left. The issue is, will he get back in time to defend? Yes, he will. Never mind.
Dude, Allied is 8-0. What the hell?
806 and 608. Allied and Cyclone Spin.
All right, here we go. Here comes the push. Fire Giants on. The boys of AFK are looking to end this one. Cloud9 will hold.
Omega's in trouble? No, going to be able to get out of that one. Beautiful control there by Stealth.
Barracuda hit with the Spirit Ball here.
Left side, Phoenix respawns. Cyclone goes right in. Incon's there as well. No help from Ally, but this should be a pretty quick run.
Yep, Allied now trying to figure out what's the best route here.
Dude, I think if they just laid down the circle of protection and went for it, I think they could burn it.
I think they're making sure they're safe, bro. There's been so many times that they've thrown in this scenario that they don't want it to happen.
Weekend's going up.
Weekend's up. All eyes on him. He's on stealth. He's going to be able to hit the site. Zeus ultimate comes down. Incon's forced out. Phoenix is still up. Here comes Allied. Push it in. Cloud9 Titans under attack. Look at this. Cyclone gets one. Cyclone's unstoppable. He's still shoving forward. Jeff Hindler's going to get stunned down. Jeff Hindler goes. He now sees Annenster. He's going to push. He's on the Titan. He knows he's not worried about it. Annenster, he's getting ready to fall.
They're tying up the loose ends.
Do this.
They're just tying up the loose ends. Allied finds Barracuda. Get your Volcanias ready, ladies and gentlemen, because the Titan is going to fall. AFK has defeated the world champions. Holy hell. I was 100% sure. Production telling me to curse. AFK Gaming, against most odds, not all odds, has defeated the world champions and qualifies for the Springland.
Please tell me Allied is on the phone. Please. Please tell me Allied's on the Skype. On the,
First things first.
First things first. Let's
blood.
just go ahead and say that this game... Who cares about First Blood, man?
Oh, I do, because this is where it started.
Relax, okay?
All right, so first off, the fact that Bellona wasn't picked earlier makes me just want to jump into a fire, but it seems like AFK was baiting it. They used it perfectly. Cyclone showing us why this character is considered the best character in the game. Stance dancing absolutely perfectly. Picks up a quick double, right? But it doesn't end there, because Omega gets one too, right?
Yep.
There's the double, 1 for 1, or rather 2 for 2, and he baits it. Forever. Yep. He gets away, and then he baits the blue buff and picks him up right after it. Cyclone Spin, Allied, just absolutely unstoppable. Neither of them dying in that game.
That's probably one of the best series.
That was, yeah, top 10.
That's probably one of the best series. Taking a look here, AFK controlled 79% of the mid-harpies throughout that entire game. 85% of the speed buffs. That means that Cloud9 got the first and second one, maybe. They got the first one for sure.
Yeah, they got the first one.
But
the Gold Fury that they got, I mean, this is the story. Just how AFK lost in Game 2. They committed to the Gold Fury and got hit by a giant AoE ult, and it just spelt absolute disaster.
Man, I can't believe AFK is going, dude. That is nuts. Player of the game, no shocker here, guys. Allied with a perfect performance in game number 3. We don't give this guy a lot of credit as an individual player. We always give him credit as a team fighter, and that's exactly what he did this entire game. Look at this. He zones them out. He's always having perfect control, just timing it, using
right
Sprint
there,
3 to his advantage.
That's the reason that he's a pro player, because that target switch onto a tanky character, because he knew that's the person who was going to cause the most trouble. That's the reason that Allied's going to LAN to play off against TSM.
So that right there,
and Fnatic.
when during your catch, you're like, "Why is Jeff Indler still alive?" I wanted to say, "Well, Allied missed a couple auto attacks," but. And nonetheless,
and here comes the end.
This is perfect execution. 739 crit.
And that was, you see the executioner building it up. Let's take a little bit of a chat here with the team captain, Incontinentia.
Hey guys.
Oh my God, Incon, tell us, how are you feeling, man?
We are absolutely ecstatic right now. It is a good feeling to play against, honestly, our favorite rivals since a year ago, ever since we were sniped, and it feels good to not be third place right now.
So, all right, 2 quick questions. First off, AFK Lounge, you guys met up last week. You got some team chemistry going. Tell us what it did for you guys.
It was really good for all of us to meet up. We really got to work on our team synergy. Getting to see everybody face-to-face is always great for teamwork and really getting to know each other better. This was the first time, really, too, we got to be with Cyclone. We've been with him before at previous lands, but he was playing for Chunks, really. So we really get to hang out with him and really get to know each other better.
And secondly, Kiki was a completely different player this week. Tell us about Kiki's growth and how you think he's doing.
Kiki, we always knew was going to be a top mid player. He was a top solo lane player, and it was one of those things where as Season 2 came around, it was going to be a good time to transition because roles were changing anyway.
Right.
And so it really has allowed him to change into that role, and now he's getting very comfortable, and he's going to stay there.
Whew. Crazy. All right, let me ask you this. Game number 1, Thanatos doesn't come online until way late. He's like 1 in 6. What was going through your mind? Were you worried if you guys were going to win that game 1? How did you turn that around?
Honestly, we're never really worried about the Thanatos pick dropping off endgame. It was one of those things where Season 1, Thanatos dropped off. But as far as Season 2, with the way we can build, the way he plays, he always ends up being almost a frontline initiator bruiser, which doesn't really drop off that style of play. So even if he falls behind, he can still carry through towards the end.
All right, I have my final question here for you. Game number 2. You guys are destroying the early game. In comes Ananser, spins up, crashes down, gets a quadra kill. What were those comms like, man?
That was one of those things where we had a strategy in place for that second game. The picks were a little bit janky. They were different, but it had a strategy behind it. Just go full in, do everything we can, and rush the game down. Maybe a little bit of cheese, whatever.
Was working. It was great.
And it was working until we had a missed call. When somebody calls something on a team, you have to follow through with it no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. It happened to be the wrong call, but it also helped us in the first and third games to take the wins. So
there you go.
I got frickin' chills.
There you go. Incontinentia, you'll be coming to play at LAN here in Atlanta. You'll be playing off against, of course, Team Solo Mid, Fnatic, and Trig. How do you think you guys are going to do?
We're very excited to get to play at a LAN with our team. Our LAN experience is very high right now. We're super excited to go see everybody at the LAN. Great friends with the guys over at Trig. I played with Zimstar over in China. I love that guy to death. I love that team. We can't wait to go and play them, and we wish everybody the best of luck.
All right, Incon, do you have any shout-outs before we let you go?
Shout out to Cyclone and Allied for being the best players in the world and carrying my heavy butt.
Bro, dude, you did 1-3-15. Don't be hard on yourself, man.
That's a damn good score.
Yeah, that's a damn. All right, enjoy your Sunday Easter, my man, if you celebrate it. Now, there we go. Guys, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the North American standings here. When you look at this, green means that you are making it to the LAN. Yellow means that you have secured a spot in the split 2, and red means, well, you're getting relegated, so you have to play for your spot.
Enemy Esports 0-10, not a good record. Went through a lot of roster changes. They have a very small amount of time to get things situated.
Whew. But it is important to note, guys, that this relegation isn't just for 5th, 6th. We are expanding to 8 teams. At the beginning of the season, we weren't sure because this was a short split anyways. We only had 5 weeks to really go about it. So at the beginning of the season, we wanted to see how the qualifiers would go, and we all agreed that there's so much potential out there. We have to expand to 8. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at EU standings as well. Keep in mind, they also will be expanding to 8 teams. Trig Esports Fnatic will be coming over into the land of the free.
Wow.
Titan and London Conspiracy.
The top 2 wind up placing, from Worlds, take 3rd place in their respective regions.
Yeah.
Unexpected. London Conspiracy finding themselves relegated as well. Triggy Sports and Fnatic, though, coming to play for some big bucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, that's going to do it. We want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Throughout the weeks, we grew week over week, and for that, we love you. As always, take it easy, guys. We will see you at the LAN.